that audio duking.
This is so funny. Hi, everyone. Van here from Gettin Cheezy with Van and Jeezy. Say what up, Jeezy.
Yo, this Jeezy.
We were just talking about stewing in our own Duke.
It's a thing that we can do as grown men.
I just want everyone to know we're never going to change who we are. This show will always be filled with high-quality content like fart jokes and poop jokes and, the finer things in life.
We want it all.
And nothing at all. That's not where you're going with that?
I mean, it's good enough for me.
Week 15. Packers 21, Bears 13.
Yeah.
Clinching a playoff berth. Go Pack, go.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Matt LaFleur, most wins by a first-time Packers head coach. First-time Packers head coach to go to the playoffs his first season. Good for him. Proud of him.
Fudging right.
Ravens 42, Jets 21.
Ass whooping.
Buccaneers 38, Lions 17.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs 23, Broncos 3.
Ass whooping.
Franchise record here, 10-plus wins for the fifth consecutive season for Kansas City. Good for them.
Wow.
Patriots needed all the help they could get cheating to beat the Bengals 34-13. Their 11th straight playoff appearance because no one gets a shit. Giants 36, Dolphins 20. Seahawks 30, Panthers 24, with the Seahawks also clinching a playoff berth.
Panthers keep on losing. The Panthers just keep on losing.
It took me a second to realize what song you're doing. You're doing Rolling on the River. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay, it took me a minute to get there.
Yes, I am.
Texans 24, Titans 21, with Texans taking the edge there in the AFC South. Eagles 37, Redskins 27. Cardinals 38, Browns 24. Fucking brown clowns.
Brown clowns.
Vikings 39, Chargers 10.
Ass whooping.
Jags 20, Raiders 16. With the Raiders losing what is most likely their last home game in Oakland.
So sad.
They've lost 4 straight games.
Thanks for nothing, John Gruden.
Falcons 29, 49ers 22.
Gasp. That shit is crazy. The Falcons just put it on them. Ram Jam is somewhere rolling in his recliner right now.
Honestly, he said he's just happy they're going to the playoffs. I texted him. Cowboys 44, Rams 21.
That shit was an ass whooping. They were beating them so bad.
I watched like part of the second quarter when they went up like 21-7, and then it was, I don't remember if it was a fumble or interception, something crazy, and then because they scored under 2 minutes left in the second quarter, and then they got the ball back and scored again with like a minute left in the second quarter.
Let me describe my bougie ass way that I watched. Well, either you could describe it as bougie or as completely bougie adjacent. There I was, strolling down the boulevard, Caitlin and I on our way to a night out.
Fancy.
And as we passed the Whole Foods a block from our home.
Oh, the Whole Foods. Oh, La Tita.
The bar at Whole Foods was playing the Rams-Cowboys game. So there I stood outside of Whole Foods bar, looking through the window, watching the game from outside.
But did you have, like, your hands and face pressed against the window with your nose, like, piggy nose, like, like fogging up the glass?
So there I stood for a couple series, just enough to gasp at the Rams getting crushed.
Thank you, Rams, for getting your shit kicked, because that means with your loss, we get to go to the playoffs.
Yay!
And, finally, Sunday night, the Bills 17, Steelers 10. The Bills clinching a playoff berth. Good for you. I'm happy for the Bills.
I knew the Bills were going to pull that out.
Yeah, you did, because that was the one game that you got me on. So you've pulled ahead by one game, 55-26-1 to my 54-27-1, without the Monday night game between the Saints and the Colts, obviously.
But we both picked Saints anyway.
We did. So either way, I'm not going to win. You bitch.
Thank you, Bills. I knew I could count on you.
Something that has nothing to do with the Bills. Adrian Peterson still beasting at like 34 years old.
But aren't all of his games exhibitions just scrimmages?
He just passed Curtis Martin for 5th most career rushing yards in league history.
How far has he got to go to get to 4th?
A lot.
Oh shit. Okay.
I don't have it. I really don't have it in front of me. I don't. But he also tied Walter Payton for career rushing touchdowns with 110. He's tied for fourth place on the career touchdown record for running backs.
It says here that Adrian Peterson is just a little more than 1,200 and change yards away from Barry Sanders and about 1,300 yards away from Frank Gore, who is, of course, also still playing.
Who's the all-time leader?
Emmitt Smith, baby.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's not going to get that.
Emmitt Smith has 18,000. Adrian Peterson, a little more than 4,000 yards off. I mean, Adrian Peterson, if he's got 4 1,000-yard seasons left in him, could get there.
I mean, he's 34.
Yeah, but also he's broke.
Oh, that's right. He spent all that money on his 30th birthday with, like, fucking anacondas and came out riding an elephant and shit like that. Go listen to one of our earlier episodes. It was there somewhere. I forget which one.
So, just to put it in perspective, in 2017, he had 529 yards. 2018, he did have a 1,000-yard season. And 2019, he's about 20 yards off of reaching 800 with 2 games to go.
What do they call those people, like him and Frank Gore, what do they call those people that are like mega CEOs, always have like tons of energy, and they end up just dying of old age at like age 99? Like no health problems, they just all of a sudden they just die just because. Super lifer or something like that. He's like one of the super lifers of the NFL.
I don't know. He came in the league in 2007. That was the year I graduated high school.
Damn.
Fuck, I'm old.
I didn't even graduate high school yet at that point. Oh, damn.
You were just a little baby.
More record breaking. Lamar Jackson has broken Michael Vick's record by like a lot for rushing yards in a single season by a quarterback.
Actually, I think he did this last week and is now just piling on, right?
You know what? I think it was last Monday, maybe. Anyway, he broke it, and he's still got 2 more games to go at least. So I think, dude, honestly, Lamar Jackson has to be a shoe-in.
For the AFC Pro Bowl?
For the MVP.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that.
Has to be. Did you know, as of right now, he has more rushing yards this season than Brady does in his entire career?
Well, Brady's never been known for his cardio, that's for sure.
Why is that guy so slow?
It's like if you were playing NBA Jam, but you had the like difficult mode turned on, so that all the other players had turbo mode that had the color. Then you get the colorful sneakers, but you can't. You just have like the plain white sneakers.
I'm gonna run through some quick stats here. Lamar Jackson, because he's fucking stupid crazy. First player in NFL history to have 5 passing touchdowns and 50-plus rushing yards in multiple games in a season.
Wow.
He has more touchdowns than the Ravens punter has punts.
Holy shit. Is that a first time, like, more touchdowns than the kicker?
I don't know. Could be. Only one other quarterback has ever had this many 5-touchdown, no interception games in a season. It was Tom Brady, who did it in 2007.
Wow.
7 career games with 50-plus rush yards and multiple passing touchdowns. Only 6 quarterbacks have done it besides him: Cam Newton, Randall Cunningham, Michael Vick, Steve Young, and Russell Wilson. He has done it in only 21 games in the NFL.
Well, this is only his second season, right?
Yeah, exactly. He has thrown 5 touchdowns and rushed for 80-plus yards twice in the last 4 weeks. In the history of the NFL, only one quarterback has ever done it before, and it was Cam Newton.
Wow. And Cam Newton's going to get fired.
First quarterback to throw for 30-plus touchdowns and run for 1,000-plus yards in a season.
That is incredible. That stat right there is incredible.
When Michael Vick had his 1,039 yards in 2006, which was the current record till Jackson broke it, he only had 20 passing touchdowns.
It's ridiculous. Lamar Jackson can do it all.
He is averaging 1 touchdown per 87.5 passing yards, which is the highest rate since Y.A. Tittle in 1963.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's less than 100 yards.
Yeah.
It's like barely more than 75 yards. It's like every time he gets the ball 25-yard line, they're getting it.
His touchdown rate is 1 touchdown for every 8.9 passes, is the highest since 2011 and the 4th highest this century. Only 3 quarterbacks have done it better. Rodgers in 2011 when he had 9, 1 touchdown for every 9 passes. Brady in 2007 was 8.7, and Manning was 9.9.
Wow.
He is the first quarterback to rank among the top 5 in rushing for a season if it ended today. So right now he would currently be the 5th best running back in the league. And obviously a Ravens franchise record for touchdown passes in a season.
Wow, with just like straight passing touchdowns.
The kid's crazy. He's doing awesome. Good for him.
That's really good. Lamar Jackson is simply remarkable.
He is. One more record. Travis Kelce from Kansas City is the first tight end with 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons.
That dude is a beast. He is a first down machine. When you need a first down, you just call Travis Kelce. He'll hook you up, give you a good price on it.
Hey, yo, T-Rav. Let me get one of them first downs, though.
Yeah.
Fucking sketchy back alley. Travis Kelce in a fucking trench coat.
Oh, don't worry, cuz. I got that first down.
Lifts the trench coat, opens, takes out a big foam number 1, and hands it to you.
Here you go, cuz.
Enjoy. Anyways.
And now I'm cheesing my way back to you, Van.
Hard segue.
With a burning cheese inside. It's the Packers section.
Packers beating the Bears.
Go Pack.
Go Pack, obviously.
Oh, you know what else was so good today?
What's that?
I got a free Wisconsin calendar from work today.
Oh, shit.
It was really good.
Is it just like pictures of farm fields and cows?
Well, it doesn't have December, so mine is already flipped to January.
Oh, shit.
Which is like a frozen pond with a bunch of snow all over everything.
That sounds wonderful.
And I found out that the average amount of snowfall in Wisconsin is 45 inches.
That sounds right.
Set it on one of the days of the year.
Oh, and it's fun and informative, too. Good for that. I like that.
See?
It's wonderful. Packers win 21-13 over the Bears and secure a playoff spot. So, as I mentioned, good job, Packers. Good job, Matt LaFleur. Overall note here, this is the 56th time in the last 57 Packers-Bears matchups where either Favre or Rodgers was starting at quarterback, with the only exception being Brett Hundley in 2017 when Rodgers was hurt. This is all from Packers.com. If the research is correct, Mitch Trubisky is the 19th different Bears quarterback to start in that time.
That's crazy. I also heard that this was the 200th meeting of the Bears versus Packers.
It was, and before the game started, the points scored between the two teams, the Packers were up by 3 points.
Now we're just padding the stats.
I'm saying like all time, like against each other, 3 points difference. That's insane.
It is insane. We've been on that come up for a while, though. Let me jump to the most important play.
Can I guess what it was, or do you want like... Is it a good play or bad play? I know the most important bad play.
It's a questionable play. Questionable call.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So...
That was bang bang, dude. That was crazy.
In the first half, Tyler Irving... Is it Tyler Irving? Or
Tyler Irvin.
Tyler Irvin. Yeah, that's right. He's not available for the second punt return. So they have Tramon Williams back there. And the Bears kind of give a little short punt. And Tramon Williams, he doesn't flag the fair catch, which I'm watching it going, oh, man, why don't you just put that fair catch? Oh, man, why don't you put that fair catch? Oh, man, please put that fair catch.
I wasn't looking at that in real time. In real time, I just assumed he waved it off.
No, in real time, I was like, oh, no. And so he doesn't. Then he makes contact with the ball and gets plowed.
He gets fucking smacked.
And he coughs up the ball, and I feel like I've been saying this more this year than any other year. Packers get some favorable treatment because it looked like to me that the Bears were getting the old punt first down, but the officials call kick-catch interference. So not only do we get to keep the ball, but because of the short kick and the penalty, we get a nice, comfy, what turns out to be, I think, a fourth down touchdown.
Yeah, that was.
Which was a beautiful play, honestly. Ballsy call, beautiful 7 points. But slightly tarnished in my view. And to me, that sequence is the deciding factor of the first half.
No, I disagree. I mean, it's one of those things that's so bang bang in real time. How do the refs... I mean, when I saw it in real time, I was like, oh, it's a miracle that Tramon Williams caught it. Like, he smacked him when he was getting caught. I would have called the same thing the refs did in real time. Now, I don't get paid that kind of money to be a ref, but, you know. Can we talk about Tyler Irvin then, again, though? Like, that kid is so good.
He's really good. He's surprisingly good.
I wrote in here, that kick return, though, give this Irving kid a contract.
We definitely need him.
We have lost the field position battle all year because of special teams being awful. Mostly the return part of the game. And we finally have started to even the ship with it a little bit.
It's true, but I will say that penalties on special teams was the other factor, and I think we're also getting a little bit better at that.
I can't remember us having a penalty on special teams in a while, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. I think we're getting a little bit better on that.
Pretty happy about that.
Other big thing in the first half of the game, Kenny Clark looked awesome in the first half of this game. He had a sack. He had tackle for loss.
He had 8 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss.
That dude went straight beast mode this game.
And last week he played really well too.
He was great both weeks, but this week I kept saying, man, Kenny Clark's looking really good.
Did you know he's got 15 and a half sacks in his career, and 8 of them have come in the month of December?
I did not know that.
Crazy, huh? Overall in this game, everyone looked slow. And I don't know if it was because it was cold, but it just seemed like the action moved slow. Did you notice that at all?
I did, and also the refs couldn't figure out how to use that damn mic set because of the cold.
So I think I have to imagine because his mittens were too big and he couldn't turn the little switch with his big mittens.
Yeah, I saw later at the very, very end of the game, they had some short guy there just flipping the switch.
An assistant whose job it was just to follow him and turn the switch on and off.
Just another officiating crew, but in Green Bay Packers garb, just trailing him around, being shorter and less important than the actual ref.
Did you? No, you watched the condensed version of the game, didn't you?
I did.
So you didn't get to see Pam Oliver looking fucking drunk.
What?
Her eyes were half open. She was slurring a little bit and talking really slow. And after half, they couldn't find her because apparently she lost her microphone. I thought she was fucked up. Either that or she was hypothermic.
I mean, this cold weather, you get a hot toddy or some spiked cider.
She was on something. Again, this is another one of those games that we put together a good 2.5 quarters and then shit the bed again. Defensively, we played pretty well the first 3 quarters, I'd say, and offensively we played pretty well the first 2.5 quarters.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the third quarter was a breakout quarter, but it wasn't the whole third quarter.
Exactly. It's just some questionable stuff, I thought, during the game, mental stuff on our side. At the end of the first half, we got that interception on the, I think it was on that Mitch Trubisky, Hail Mary, which he wound up for it, and I saw him throw it, and I was like, this is not an Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary. He winds up and he wings it, and it's it makes it from the Bears 50 to the Packers 20-yard line. And I was like, oh, little fella, he tried.
It's so cold outside.
But we get that pick, and I forget who picked it off. They start trying to run it back and start lateraling and shit, and I was like, get the fuck down.
I don't know. I was getting excited about it. I didn't feel bad about it.
Fuck no, dude. Whoever made the second lateral when it floated like a dead duck in the air, and I was like, oh no, one of these Bears players is going to jump in the air, snag it, run it for a touchdown. I'm going to be so angry. And then it didn't happen, but I was still pretty angry.
Just high blood pressure for no reason.
I think MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, probably going to have his ass on the bench the rest of the season.
Why is that?
That first offensive play. You know how they go into games, you've got your shit, your first drive scripted. That first play was fucking scripted. That first play was a fucking touchdown. And to see that ball come up, he doesn't extend his arms. It's all of a sudden he went to T-Rex mode and was like, eh.
It was very, very, very disappointing. It's one of these plays when you know what I said to myself after I saw that?
Did you say to yourself after you saw that?
I said they should have thrown it to Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones is emerging as the only sure-handed player.
Come on.
I'm being serious right now. Devontae Adams had so many drops this game.
He had 2 drops. Guess who else had drops? Fucking Geronimo, Bag of Dicks, Allison.
You can't call him that.
Yes, I can. It's how he's playing. He's playing like a bag of dicks. Speaking of Devontae Adams, though, on that 4th down touchdown catch, he just did a little stutter step and then just burned the dude. That was pretty good. Yeah. That was one of those times where the whole offseason we were talking about his release packages, and I was like, oh, there it is.
I'm just saying, Aaron Jones is emerging as maybe the best receiver on our team.
I think he has the second most yards.
It's ridiculous. I mean, he catches those, like the basket catch over your head. He can make that catch that MVS obviously could not.
Right.
He can make the one in stride. He can make the diving catch. He can make the high, the low. We've not seen really anyone else doing all that.
Did you see Jay Kumero's catch, though? That sideline catch? That shit was crazy.
That was so good. Takes it down deep into the red zone. Carrying dudes. Like people thinking that the play is over. And he's like, no, I'm Jake Kumero. We going.
Not done with this. And then Dean Lowry's interception, too, on defense, which I was like, that big man goes up, gets it, like, almost dropped it like 5 times. Awesome interception, and then we shit the bed and didn't do anything with it. 0 points.
Wow. I think you could like slow down that interception and play that music.
You could.
And that would be appropriate for Dean Lowry's interception. Just wow. It was a clown catch, but it was so impressive. I mean, it really was like a 4th attempt.
The shittiest part was, though, all it did was take like 40 seconds off the clock.
40 seconds is 40 seconds.
Yeah, but it should have been 6 points. And it wasn't. Once again, defensively, just giving up the middle of the field when it matters. Towards the end of that game there, when the Bears had momentum and they were starting to like drive on us, oh yeah, 15 yards, you can have it.
That's my ice cream.
That's my middle of the field. You can have it. It was bad. And then I guess the last thing, my butthole got a little tight at that last play, though.
Yeah, well, of course.
Like, what the fuck, dude? You know what I kept saying? First off, we, once again, just let them march. Like, here, take the middle of the field. Run. Do whatever you want. Fine. Then they complete, like, a pass or whatever it was, like, way, way under, far from the end zone. And they just keep doing the lateraling, whatever else. And at some point, we were starting to play, like, zone defense on it. It was like watching people, like, playing basketball, trying to, like, you know, guard the hoop. Like, they're kind of, like, backing up. I'm like, go fucking tackle somebody. Go get him. Just get him. Do something. Do something. That shit almost ended up being a touchdown.
Sort of, but, like, I thought that was the right play. I think you let them march. You don't let anybody get over top. I actually felt good about that final drive.
I did not enjoy it.
I thought they did the right things. They let them march down the field. They let them do everything they needed. They kept the end zone super crowded. They hit the ball down. They didn't try to make any interceptions. I thought it was the right plays, the right defense. I was proud of it.
What about that last play, though?
That last play was fine.
We got lucky that they ended up with their third-string tight end had the ball and didn't know what a lateral was and got tackled. It looked like our guys forgot the fact that on a lateral the ball hit the ground. It looked like that ball got thrown across the field and hit the ground. And they were like, "Oh, game's over. Sorry, we win." And they kind of just stopped.
That was a little bit of a problem. I agree with that. But I got freaked out when Mitch Trubisky got the ball again, and I was like, "Oh my God, he's going to throw a bomb in the opposite direction, and it's going to be a kickoff, and they're going to do." I don't know what's going to happen here. Like he's going to throw a bomb back to his backfield. I was like, "Is this a trick flea flicker?"
Oh shit, that would have been crazy. No, because you can't throw it forward then.
Yeah, it's a kick return. Then you got you set up all your guys for blocking.
I get you what you're saying. That would have been smart. You need to be a head coach.
Well, I don't know if that's a good play or not, but it would have been crazy.
Like the overall theme to me is we have won, obviously, 11 games, and we've done it many different ways. And I'm just really hoping we can put all that shit together for complete games in January.
Yeah. Now that we've stamped our ticket, we've got to start putting together whole good games of solid football because the teams we're going to be facing in the playoffs, with the exception of either the Eagles or Cowboys,
don't even say that. Don't overlook it.
Are going to be elite teams. Those teams are good. I mean, any given Sunday, of course. They're not horrible teams. But the other teams that I'm seeing coming into this postseason, they're looking stout. The wild card teams are looking stout in the NFC.
This actually leads in really well to the Cheeze Line question. We got a text in the Cheeze Line from my buddy Tim. Tim, thanks for reaching out. I miss you, dude. We haven't talked in a long time. I used to work with Tim for a good amount of time. I hope everything's going well, Tim. I miss you, buddy.
Thanks, Tim.
Tim asks, what are the chances of the Packers being a 1 seed, and will they win a playoff game? I actually was looking at that today about the 1 seed thing. As it stands right now, if we win out, we're guaranteed the number 2 seed. Let's get that out of the way. In terms of the number 1 seed, I think a lot of things would have to happen. The Seahawks and the 49ers play each other again. So one of them is going to have at least 4 losses. That knocks out one of them.
The Saints are playing tonight.
They play tonight against the Colts, and then they have Titans and Panthers, which Titans for them might be a more competitive game.
Yeah, it's a good defense with the Titans.
But the Saints look like they're probably doing just fine. And the 49ers, they have to play the Rams and the Seahawks. So I think what would have to happen is we win out, the 49ers lose out, which is possible. Then the Seahawks would have to lose to the Cardinals. Well, fuck. I guess the Seahawks could lose to the 49ers. The 49ers lose to the Rams. That would put both teams at 12-4. If we win out, we're at 13-3. And then the Saints have to lose one game. We actually might even have them beat with the tiebreaker.
To me, it looks possible. I don't see a way we get there without winning out.
Number 1 seed? Yeah, it's not going to happen without winning out. I think it's pretty much guaranteed we're not going to. I think you have to win out and then get some luck with other teams losing. I don't see it being likely we get the 1st seed.
I mean, a number 2 seed, you still get the bye. So, I mean, we need to win out and get that number 2, at least.
But that worries me. This is Tim's second question here, the chances of getting a playoff win. This worries me because historically, I feel after bye weeks or time off, we play like trash. I don't even remember the last time we had a bye week in the playoffs. It might have been like that 2007 Brett Favre's last year in Green Bay when we were so good.
I couldn't tell you.
We lost at home. I don't know. Something about having a week off to me always worries me. I guess it really depends on who we're going to play and what seed we end up with. As it stands right now, if we ended up with the number 2 seed, we probably end up playing either the Vikings, Cowboys, or, as it stands today, 49ers. My guess would be we would either play the 49ers or the Saints would be my guess.
All these teams are stout. We got to really stack up some good games here.
I care about like winning, obviously, putting ourselves in the best position we can to have some playoff games at home. More importantly, like I mentioned earlier, hitting on all cylinders when it matters.
No, that's exactly right. When I say stack up games, what I'm really saying is we need to start converting successes into a whole team win where every phase of the game is really good, playing at its best. I don't know if we've had really a game like that. We've had games where all phases of the team have been very solid for a good chunk of the game, but I haven't felt like, oh man, we really played great all the way through a game.
I agree. But actually, I feel like a silver lining to that is that, to me, it has to mean that our best games are still ahead of us.
I hope so.
So, to succinctly answer your question, Tim, chances of getting the 1st seed, I say next to none.
Going to be very hard.
Very hard. Chances of actually winning a playoff game, I mean, it's a week-to-week league. I would say, if we end up with the 2 seed playing at home, I would say 75% chance of a win. If we end up playing away as a wild card team, I'm going to say those chances are sub 50%.
I got to say that Lambeau has been super friendly with the officiating, so I like our odds at home. Plus, we play great in the cold.
We do. Rodgers particularly plays great in the cold. I had another stat here. At home in December, he is 18-3 with 43 touchdowns and 5 picks.
That is amazing. That is crazy good.
I'm sorry, last thing I forgot about. We didn't get the run game going very much this week, which is surprising. They flashed a stat up too. When we win, Aaron Jones averages 108 all-purpose yards per game. When we lose, he averages 42 yards per game.
I mean, he's a big factor in determining our outcomes.
14 of his touchdowns came in those wins. Only one of his touchdowns came in those losses.
Wow.
I guess it's 16 touchdowns now. Anyways, with that, once again, thank you, Tim, for texting in. Miss you, buddy.
Thanks, Tim. I don't even know you and I miss you. Ooh, it's time for gossip.
This, I feel, will have some ramifications on the NFL. Major League Baseball drops marijuana from its drugs of abuse list and will begin treating for opioids and cocaine. It's going to treat natural cannabinoids the same as alcohol.
So don't show up with natural cannabinoids in your system, but otherwise.
It says, changes to the Joint Drug Prevention and Treatment Program. I have to imagine the fallout from this means that the NFL will also follow suit, probably. I don't see how it cannot.
I think this is just a change in the culture in the United States. Something's coming to the NFL, and I think it's going to be soon. It's something that's been on the table for the collective bargaining agreement sessions between the league and the players' associations. This is something I think that's coming.
Yeah, because you've got guys getting suspended for weed, and it's not a performance-enhancing drug, in my opinion.
No. I mean, it treats a lot of things. I mean, using medicinal marijuana for things like pain and stuff like that, I think that was a big breakthrough in the understanding of marijuana in our culture, and some of these states passing it for recreational use. Again, a big change, but something I think the league needs to reflect.
Yeah, because just today, Josh Gordon was suspended again for violating the policies on performance-enhancing substances and substances of abuse.
Well, you knew that was coming with him being in Seattle. I mean, it is 100% legal for recreational use.
I just feel for the kid, man. Like, he's an incredible talent, and he's obviously fighting some mental battles because this isn't his first time, obviously, being in trouble with the league for this. I mean, he spent like 2 years out of Cleveland, and then obviously the Patriots he left because of that stuff. Now he went to the Seahawks. Now he's leaving the Seahawks because of it. He is suspended indefinitely, according to the NFL.
Yeah. It's a tough break for this type of infraction to really have basically ended or significantly stunted Josh Gordon's career.
I mean, apparently, though, this time, too, is performance-enhancing drugs as well, not just weed.
I don't know.
I feel for the kid. He's a great talent. He's drafted by the Browns, missed all of 2015, all of 2016. I think 17 he spent the whole season in, maybe 18, but he's just been in and out. And I know he publicly said he's got some mental things he's working on. It's just, I feel for the kid. I hope he gets it together.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I saw a Twitter post from Clutch Points saying, is Devontae recruiting OBJ to the Packers?
What?
OBJ posted a picture saying, can't appreciate the sun if you ain't never stood in the rain.
Which is Cleveland.
To which Devontae Adams replied, now let's make that face mask green.
A word?
That could subliminally be saying, hey man, come hang out with us.
Yeah, especially since we can't get a fucking receiver to save our lives. What is the deal?
We have Devontae Adams is an established veteran. Everybody else behind him is less than 3 years in the league. I mean, what do you expect,
I mean, but I don't know. They just got to make these catches.
Trust me, I know. That would be neat. I don't know how I feel about OBJ with the locker room presence, but it'd be interesting. And speaking of locker room issues, Antonio Brown back in the news again.
What? Why?
Again. There was this whole police situation outside of his house that he was streaming on. I don't know if it was on Instagram or what, but the police got called to his house and all this shit. And he posted a picture of his bank account that apparently his ex-girlfriend is still using his credit card, and she spent like $2,100 in a day. And AB saying fuck the police. And there's this Antonio Brown loop, right? Do crazy shit, apologize for crazy shit, beg to come back into the league. Do crazy shit. Apologize for crazy shit. Beg to come back in the league. Post, I'm hurt, I'm disappointed, I'm angry, I feel abandoned. As a man, I ain't begging for nothing. I ain't going to let people treat me any kind of way. I earned the right to play in the NFL. If a team calls, I'll be ready and in shape, but I'm not begging nobody for a job. So, let's wait like 2 weeks, and when he's like, I'm so sorry, Mr. Kraft. If you want me back, I'll come play.
Yeah, I mean, AB is just he's on a continuous cycle of doing whatever he wants, saying whatever he wants, and it's seemingly escalating all the time.
I just don't see how it ends up with him back in the league, honestly.
I mean, at this point, it may be tough, but he is still so young.
I don't know how you could take a risk on a guy with all that CTE happening.
Antonio Brown is 31 years old.
Yep.
I mean, he could take the Calvin Johnson way and just be done, but...
He's making himself done. Calvin Johnson walked out respectfully of
No, of course, yeah. I mean, the behavior-wise, it is nothing alike.
No, not even a little bit. I don't know. We'll see what happens in this latest Antonio Brown cycle. I can tell you what's going to happen. He's about to go silent for about 2 weeks. As soon as the playoffs start kicking in for real, he's going to say, listen, Patriots, I'm here if you need me.
He's going to get pulled over for going 105, no hands on the steering wheel, because he has a peanut butter and jelly, big one, requires both hands. And when they pull him over, he's going to say, I have no milk at home, but this sandwich was too good to put down.
I mean, I would do the same thing, honestly.
105 miles an hour on his way, not to the grocery store, to an actual farm to get fresh milk right out of the cow.
The funny thing is, I can't remember if this actually happened or if this is made up right now.
What?
Because that's some shit Antonio Brown would actually do.
Well, I just made that up, but that's what I'm saying. In 2 weeks, Be on the lookout.
And the Cheetriots, last thing, Cheetriots, there's actually video. Jay Glazer, that short little guy on the Fox pregame, actually obtained video of the Patriots videographer being questioned by Bengal security. And this dude, this fucking clown, man, he's like, oh, I didn't even know. I didn't know I wasn't allowed to do that. I had no idea. I'll delete it. He's like, honestly, I'll delete it right now. I'll have no way of like getting it back. I'll delete it. Like, believe me, I'm not lying. If I delete it right now, I'll have no way to get it back. It's gone. And you're sitting there watching that like, yeah, the fuck right, you asshole. Like, we know how technology works, you asshole.
Oh, sorry, got that auto upload to Google Drive, Dropbox, and iCloud. Sorry about it.
Once it's gone, man. I have no idea. It's done. And the Bengal security officer's like, damage is done, dude. Like, waiting for NFL security to get here. So fucking dumb. I don't know. But there will be punishments, I'm told.
The Cheetriots, they're going to cheat.
I just don't know how they keep getting away with this.
I don't have an answer for you other than Boston sports. It's a machine unto itself, and it just keeps rolling.
If you guys get a chance, check out the video. Just Google it, Patriots cheating video. You'll find it. Jay Glazer and the whole Fox pregame show did like a 6-minute take on it, which I thought was actually pretty interesting because normally you'd think that they would like be totally league happy, right? They wouldn't be talking about this kind of stuff, but they were even speculating like, did Bill Belichick do this? What's going on with it? I don't know. I'm sick of it. If you got a videotape of 1-13 team to beat them, you got problems.
I'm not saying they didn't need to. And with that, let's move on to the primetime pick section. I added an extra game here because the Packers were in primetime, so we get a fourth game. So no Thursday this week, but we do on Saturday at primetime have the Rams versus the 49ers. Good matchup playing in Santa Clara. I'm taking the Niners. The Rams looked so bad against the Cowboys that I have no faith.
I don't know. They look bad, but then the 49ers didn't look good either.
That's true. They lost to the Cardinals.
Both teams are reeling right now. It's just who is reeling harder and who has more incentive to play harder. And honestly, I think the Rams have more incentive to play harder to get into the playoffs as it is versus the 49ers who are already in. I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going to say Rams.
That's all right that you're wrong. I can appreciate a difference of view.
I may very well be wrong. Who knows?
Bonus, because of the Titletown game being in primetime, we are picking amongst the 7-7 Cowboys versus the 7-7 Eagles playing in Philly. Who you got?
I mean, this game may very well decide the NFC East.
Yeah.
I am taking them boys. After the ass whooping they laid on the Rams and the Eagles just looking, like the Eagles, I think I take the boys.
Taking them boys, huh?
Yes, I am.
Playing in Philly, such a tough place. You know what? Give me the Eagles. It's a tough place to play. I think the Cowboys, they want to go the playoffs more. I think they have the more talented team looking at their individual pieces. But Philly is a non-stop grinding team, and I think they're going to chew them up. Sunday night, we're looking at Kansas City coming into our division to face off against the Bears in Chicago. I'm going to take them Chiefs.
I guess the Chiefs are fighting for seeding now. Yeah, give me the Chiefs.
And then on Monday night, on the eve of Christmas Eve, we have the green and gold Green Bay Packers headed to Minnesota to face off against those Vikings. There's just no way I can't pick the Pack. The Pack are going to do what we've been talking about. They're going to put together a good game for a whole game in all three phases.
Dude, I don't know, man. We've never won at CenturyLink Field in Minnesota. Historically, it's a very difficult place to play. I'm still taking the Pack, but I'm really hoping we can have that complete game. I'm concerned, though. I am concerned. That's all. I'm concerned. I'm taking the Pack, but I'm concerned. Now, the game I'm going to pick for you, Jeezy.
Yes?
My grandpa says yes just like that every time. A couple of teams in the AFC fighting for seeding right now. Bills at Patriots. Bills 10-4, Patriots 11-3. Who you got?
I'm taking the Bills. The Bills are going to beat up the Belichicks, and it's going to be tight. Lock me in for them Bills.
You can have them.
I've got a very interesting matchup. Complete trash bowl, but I'm going to go to this game. It is the New York Giants coming to play a scrimmage against our own Washington Redskins.
Skins.
The Skins.
Skins.
And with that, you've been listening to Gettin Cheezy with Van and Jeezy.
I am Van.
And I'm Jeezy.
Check us out everywhere. Just everywhere, that's all.
We're on the internet.
And on the telephones. 980-2-CHEEZY with the Z, 980-224-3399. The Cheeze Line was used this week.
So good. A lot, actually.
Yeah. You could also be famous on the micro scale by using the Cheeze Line. So do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it till you're satisfied, whatever it is.
Thanks for listening. We'll catch you guys next time.
In this case, it's texting us. Thank you.